like the economy. Don't call it a recession, because 1% think it's great and the rest of y'all can lay off. I'm guessing sticking to dick jokes at nearly 40s childhood regression. When the fuck is the payoff? Clearly shorty was a better term than bitches, but when situations got us digging ditches just to pay some bills, we fix it back to burning witches when we should be burning corporations, but we bridges down fixing for pills. But who cares? Cause I can make it still, be the 1%. Ain't that the thrill? That'll fix it all. Let bears and bulls do their will, but it bears repeating. We full ass can't pay our bills still. Gotta keep the hope alive. American dreams for American lives. You forget your woes when I shuck and jive, and if that doesn't work, scroll me on by. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time.
Not be healthy, but we're cuter than a selfie. Pure like romance, market self-pleasuring, multi-level market selling. It's telling how we're always faulty on the shelf, but still be fucking. Fucky knows now Tory spelling. Let's do Polly, Mary Shelley. Frankly, every dime of Ben Stein's money couldn't buy the kinds of things I feel inside whenever you are by my side. Hell, let's play shell games with our feelings. I'm on your line, just keep on reeling. You might be null, so fake's appealing. Stay in the weeds like Kevin Nealon. Heaven only knows what I would be without you. Feel big love like I'm Bill Paxton, but I'm broke like Brian Wilson. Should I hold on like his daughter? Is that lining up for slaughter? Need time for wounds to cauterize, so we hit heights like my alma mater. This is how it goes. Love is always messy. Gotta confess the best me probably can't see how to be a we when you keep me guessing. I want to stress that this is a bad situation for me. I should break up with you, but I don't wanna, cause got a good fit and you like my body. Got a good fit. Got a good fit, and you like my body, and you like your body. Well, they say I'm on the rebound. Boy, your name is Ben Wallace. Be like Shaq and dunk it back, cause maybe I'm the tallest. But flawless I am not, so I'm questioning that shot. Like Big Ben shooting free throws, but you're really fucking hot. So what do they know? I'm not wounded just because they say so. Goons will bruise me, sure there's pain, but I always stay on like a volcano. Can we be the same though? Not a simple yes or say no when you're clogged up on this dude like your life needs fucking Drano. It's insane though. He treats you like shit. And you can't quit it. Now I've really stepped in it, cause I've got the feels for you and I should just move the fuck on. But I'm not going to, because got a good fit and you like my body. Got a good fit and you like my body. Got a good fit and you like my body. And you like my body. And you like my body. Got a good fit and you like my body. Whatever.
They call me lonely, and I don't know why. I really don't think I'm such a lonely guy.
I've got some problems, but I'm really trying to move on. Yeah, move on. Murder on the beat like Godzilla slaying Tokyo. Just left your girlfriend's sheets. Boomerang, Rufio! Hooked her on this beat, Sonic. She was never saying no. Roll 20 on her tabletop, but she got some booty though. Chronic for the ones with positronic brains that wanna laugh and fuck that run but positive. The ones that let you do that can't swap positronic. If I'm honest, Betty well will probably still be here the night I leave this cruel demonic world and want me Sonic. Losing brings are worse than me. Like that One Piece Luffy King, I'm out to find that booty, Nami's on it. So what you say out that COVID quarantine? And you're looking good to me. Wanna let me in that Polly Pocket?
Lonely, and I don't know why. I really don't think I'm such a lonely guy.
I've got some problems, but I'm really trying to move on. Yeah, move on. Fuck Bucking trends like I'm a winter soldier. No girlfriend, no scully to my molder. I'll pull on the depends fully when I'm older and still get checked like a door on good folder. Focus gold ranger hater, pink trying to domesticate. Masticate, I get it straight so I ain't gonna masturbate. Swapping ride and sinking low faster than my own self-hate. Think I pull like Ricky Bobby, but I'm bagging Ricky Lake. It's just a journey that I'm on. I fuck a lot, don't tell my mom. I suck at bills cause weed's the bomb, and I like the girls when they get that green on. She did something hard to swallow, leaving me. Borrowed Jordan's lines, line you with my density. Now I'm back to a future where it's just me in a world of
They call me lonely, and I don't know why. I really don't think I'm such a lonely guy.
I got some problems, but I'm really trying to move on. Yeah, move on.
They call me lonely, and I don't know why. I really don't think I'm such a lonely guy.
Like the economy, don't call it a recession, because 1% think it's great and the rest of y'all can lay off. I'm guessing sticking to dick jokes at nearly 40s childhood regression. When the fuck is the payoff? Clearly shorty was a better term than bitches, but when situations got us digging ditches just to pay some bills, we fix it back to burning witches when we should be burning corporations, but we bridges down fixing for pills. But who cares? Cause I can make it still, be the 1%. Ain't that the thrill? That'll fix it all. Let bears and bulls do their will, but it bears repeating. We full ass can't pay our bills still. Gotta keep the hope alive. American dreams for American lives. You forget your woes when I shuck and jive, and if that doesn't work, scroll me on by. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time. The next video make you happy, you're sure this time.
Got a good fit, and you like my body. Got a good fit, and you like my body. Got a good fit, and you like my body. Sure, we may not be healthy, but we're cuter than a selfie. Pure like romance market, self-pleasuring, multi-level market selling. Telling how we're always faulty on the shelf, but still be fucking. Fucky knows now Tory spelling. Let's do Polly, Mary Shelley. Frankly, every dime of Ben Science money couldn't buy the kinds of things I feel inside whenever you are by my side. Hell, let's play shell games with our feelings. I'm on your line, just keep on reeling. You might be null, so fake's appealing. Stay in the weeds like Kevin Nealon. Heaven only knows what I would be without you. Feel big love like I'm Bill Paxton, but I'm broke like Brian Wilson. Should I hold on like his daughter? Is that lining up for slaughter? Be time for wounds to cauterize, so we hit heights like my alma mater. This is how it goes. Love is always messy. Gotta confess the best me probably can't see how to be a we when you keep me guessing.
Well, I am not my much prettier girlfriend, but you should stick around and watch what I'm doing anyways, cause I share some stream accounts with my much prettier girlfriend, but I think if you hang out, you'll find out that I am no share a Twitch account. Twitch.com/dorkspace stuff. She's on it, honestly, most of the time. I'm sorry that I'm not the hottie that you were hoping to find. Pretty hot though, if I say so, just not the hottie you were looking for. But I'm playing every game on the Nintendo 64 and every Final Fantasy game that's come before. So please stay and watch me, por favor. I can't do this song anymore.
Hello. Hello, hi.
Hello. Welcome once again to the show that was once coined and called Not So Final Fantasy, where I play through every Final Fantasy game, and I've only made it to the second one. We actually made insane progress. That's the word, progress last week. In this game though. So we're cruising through. Of my handy walkthrough I've been using. Thank you so much, Yoda, for subscribing. By the way, do a little shout out. Helps if I spell shout out correct. There we go. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Boom. If for some reason you aren't following Yoda, please go do so. Met Yoda IRL from like DJ shit at like a space that was basically nerdy goth church, and my man ran that thing and ran the emo room, was playing all like the cool emo music. Now he's doing a whole bunch of like DJ type shit, but like on street. It was a nice Friday night. We came home and we were cooking and getting everything ready, and it was just like nice to just like vibe and have like music on, and like Yoda was spinning. I was able to just like not have to even have a conversation about music, but like Lena and I were just able to be like, cool, let's cook some dinner, and Yoda's got us. That was a whole lot of fun. But yeah, good people. Give Yoda a follow if you're not already following them. Thanks again so much. A lot. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 sections of this here walkthrough total. And 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we finished 9 of them last week. A lot of things, this guide is saying we need to make sure we get our HP up to about 1,000 before we do the next step. So we can try and attempt to do that. Do a little leveling up, see how that goes. Yeah, before you go to Mystia Tower, take some time to buff up. Make sure your 5 attack spells are at level 6. Yours at level 7. HP at around 1,000. And then I think we go to the cool island that we went to at one. We tried to go much earlier in the game there. It's not time to yet. I don't think I remember where we left our boat. Been a while since we've had our boat. That might be a problem. But can we also probably need to buy a bunch of provisions if we can. So just we have thurs and elixirs and the like, so that plus I guess let's do some attempts at leveling up first. First and foremost. Well, I guess we can. Oh, we didn't. Oh, and yeah, we have the weird forget thing going on. You've got to remember how to. I forgot that we were forgetting. We got to fix all that too. Okay. Well, that's gonna be fun. If there's an item that can fix that. It's kind of nice that we can just wander around this town now. That's all new. I forgot about that. But this is a town that used to be completely occupied by soldiers, and now it's just like a regular town. It is interesting and kind of cool since this this feels more close to like what your FF1 starting town was, and the makeup of it with the castle. And the fact that you kind of had to earn being able to come back here and just walk through. That's pretty neat. I would like to go there, buddy. Let me through. Boom. Can't carry any more items. Someone blind? Just so we can carry... Oh, because he's forgotten. Yeah. Well, can I sell some items in that? Alright, I'm gonna sell blind, because nobody needs blind. Okay, do you have a thing that can cure forget? X-Cure, IDOP, Cure. I don't know what cures forget. Bean Elixir. And fix forget. Oh, and then she's also cursed. Okay. I forgot just like how bad a shape everyone was in. But you know what? It's fine because we got shit done. You had a time last time. I did, Yoda. I did. It was it was a whole last week was a whole bunch of like man, will we even get through this? I'm not sure. And the thing is we did. And then it was quitting time, and then I kind of forgot the state that I left everybody. Okay, that doesn't actually do the job we want. To buy. No, that's always curse, double curse cancels out. Vince also has forget. I guess it matters much with him because he big guy swing sword. I don't know that he super needs this, but we might as well, so that we're being thorough. And then I guess sell a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of treasure chests in that castle we haven't gone through yet. Save the revive, obviously. I wish we could sell like these key items that just like are taking up space. Lots. Ice shield. I think we silver shield. I swear that's what we got. Or good. An opal. Orb knight. Orb knight. Yeah, it's this game, and I the idea of opal better. Don't ask me. Have we ever figured out what the garlic does? Breath of whole ton. Yeah, like this ring, I've not needed this since the very start of the game. Just in my inventory, and it's stuck there. Errors are basically plus, unfortunately, because I just have so much. Wow. You would think that bow would be for her. Oh, she has a body. Okay. 10 to 40. That's an insane upgrade, so we'll... Okay, we have some inventory space. Let's go check out those, the stuff in the castle, now that we've liberated the castle. I like that before we were just, I mean, really being lazy. I'm gonna save after doing that, just that. We don't have to redo all that. You did it. I appreciate it. When I looked at the guy, there was this whole thing that was like, hey, don't worry about going again the treasure chest because you'll be able to later. And we were so close to death that like we weren't gonna dare just exploring around this place, but now we just can't. So we were smart without knowing we were smart. Without knowing we needed to be smart. Kingu hasn't come back yet. Waiting for me in the saloon. Okay. Oh, well that's fortunate. What is up, GU? How are you doing? Life is treating you. Bro, isopods? Yeah, how are your snakes doing? Up to 3 snakes. Pretty exciting. The random caps because I assumed it was on purpose. The caps. I just thought you were really excited to say hello. That's what I thought. I was just like, all right, cool. He's coming in to say hey. Holly adores me almost as much as we. Wonderful. Snakes are cool. I'm not good at taking care of other things. And thus, I don't know if snake life is a life for me, but I love hearing about your snake. Holly adores me as much. Sweet Pea, Bluebell's getting stuff. As we let Vince die. To be fair, I didn't really expect to walk into a battle here because we just opened a chest. But I guess that tracks because it can happen in these games. Bluebell's getting used to stuff. It's a big world out there, and it's like, yeah, it's. Vietnamese blue beauties have nasty bites, and Bluebell's fun quirk is she usually is a friendly, docile, proper lady, but if she does strike, it is with 0 warning. I imagine that'll get. I don't know snakes, but I know, like, for us with our one cat, he was that cat, where, like, be this complete pain that would like, with zero supporting whatsoever, would start doing things like that, and he's like, come on, man. And then once he moved in here and like it was a more relaxed environment and realized like change is hard on any of us, let alone animals that don't have control, and suddenly their entire environment is different. He just, you know, over time he just kind of settled in. Was like, okay, all right, I can do this. You guys seem all right, and then just started less and less being a bitey jerk about things. Decide if you're in. Lena hasn't decided if to be abandoning me. What was it you need? Go get rest. Theoretically, I can do that with you later. I'm just also very poor. I can't like financially contribute, but I can ride along. Like, ooh boy, we getting resin. Drinks. Set the proper, like, resin, like, ooh boy, we're getting resin. He says, like, baby testing, how much they're allowed to get away with and how much they're loved. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's a lot. I mean, going from, like, all of a sudden being in a completely new house and stuff, like, I can't imagine. It's remarkable that the amount of stuff we put pets through, and, like, these days I feel like most owners are pretty alright, but, like, you definitely have generations and generations of pet owners that are just, like, putting pets through just, like, insane shit, and then being like, I don't get why they're acting weird. Your room is above the stairs? Okay. Weird. Oh, hi, Mirror. Tiny Mirror. Okay. I'm guessing that'll be important later. He says it's important that even if she bites me, I calmly make it clear I will still protect her. Sweet Pea did the same thing, done right as a bonding moment. Yeah. A lot of humans I love act that way too, where they're just like, "Argh, push you away," and then you're like, okay. Oh, you're still here. Right? Brack, rub, food. For Lena just to be like this awesome witch that's turning dudes into toads. I love that for her. Saw the mirror room. Get to the bottom up here. He says, I think also they can't fathom the concept that like something could just want to take care of them. So yeah, great parallels for. Oh, everyone's behind. Basically come pre-traumatized, which makes him a fantastic match for me as a trauma victim. Yeah, I can see that. Snakes are just cool too. Like I personally like pets that like a little more like I don't know. It's like I certainly love dogs. I do like how complex the emotions of other. And dogs have complex emotions. I think they get a bad rap where they get treated. Oh, they're just like, you know, no matter what, they love you. Like, but then there's a whole bunch of dog breeds that are more complicated that get a bad rap. And some of them are some of the kindest, sweetest dogs I knew. They just needed a good owner that actually take care of them. She says, I think, like them, I remember thinking, oh no, he bit me, he might lose a tooth instead of he bit me. Smelled that and was so confused. My dog had PTSD. Also, like dogs don't default love, they default tolerate. Yeah. I adopted her, she came with PTSD. Yeah. No, that happens quite a bit. Makes their parents eat them so they're siblings so they can't fail them something that doesn't want to kill them. That's really sad. I feel bad for snakes. Suddenly they're thrust into a world where a creature that looks like the biggest predators is comforting them. Herons and birds eat snakes, the most two-legged, tall birds. Yeah. Alright. Point. Advantage of this situation. Little gun level. Of ourselves. Although you guys are in the back row, aren't you? Okay. Just don't feel too bad. Both Sweet Pea and Holly Hawk see me as for comfort when stressed out. Yeah. Which is good. Like, that's beautiful. That's the way things should. I love that they have that. That's a hit. Okay. Iron both. What I noted is Sweet Pea checks that. Oh, I was letting Hollyhock explore and he gets nervous and my hand sniffed it and calmed down on my face and was the same in my hand smell-wise and was terrified to accept. That's really sweet. Smells the wrist in the mouth very quickly to make sure both are the same creature. He's very intuitive. I love Snake. And I just love it. I wish I'm getting better. I wish I was better at understanding like what animals were telling me sometimes, like they're trying to communicate. I'm really bad at it. I'm usually really good after the fact of like, oh, you were telling me not to do that. Yeah, no, that's on me. It's like, that's on me that you were just like, need to be there or whatever. Like, I definitely deserve that. But, it's kind of crazy. Some people are just like born with it. They're just like really, and it's been interesting to watch like each of my kids like are all kind of that levers ways, like their natural ability just to like hear animals the way they talk to them. Have her go against one. Been trying to swing at himself, and from the back row, that affects that too, apparently. Well, we don't want him to do anyway. First then. Lightning everyone. You or fire against him. Fight. Fight. He says, I think if it wasn't for him liking humans so much, I'd say he'd probably be really good in the wild. He's very smart, and the way he hunts is so intimidating. The other two eat way less confidently. He strikes and he's done. Like, he slowly positions himself. I highly doubt a live mouse would even know what happened to them. I never figure it out, but it's so creepy. I've always clearly had that talent. Even professionals like therapists, doctors, teachers, and people who actually worked with animals know to it. I'm actually really intuitive with human emotion too. I just don't care. Don't just like them, they like you. Yeah. It's a real skill. That's why, you know, a D&D even breaks it out into like animal handling or something. Which I always hated that particular nomenclature for it, because I always thought it was like far more constant. But it's not like handling of the animals. It's like literally like the ability to like, I guess handling is a way to put it, but that like kind of speaks of them more like objects and stuff rather than what they are, which is like they're these sentient creatures. They just don't speak in words, nor do they hear words. So you have to find ways to communicate to them that are hear you. Basically, what they're trying to communicate. And there have been times in my life that I've been very, very good at it, and there have been times where I've really struggled. And I think I struggle with birds, and I think part of it is that I can't read them as well as I can. I think. Like the darty, real darty move, like set off my fight or flight in a way that doesn't entirely make sense. To be good and hurt. He says, also, I always think of people disliking owner. So as a snake owner, I'm not sure what else to call it. Snakes eat their young. I don't want to do that. I like to think I'm the property owner, like the tanks, and they're my kids. And think how we call the reptile hobby and how I don't love that. Yeah. I'm with you though. It's like one of those like, well, what else do you call it though? It's don't really have good nomenclature for everything to do with animals, and I think on the whole it feels like we're all kind of getting better with it. You know, people are more apt to see it as like a sentient being that they are charged with taking care of than how people saw it before, and always like more like property, which was across the board. It felt just like how people reacted and treated everything to do with animals. But I use hobby to encapsulate everyone. Like, to me, you're in the reptile hobby because you like hearing about them. People like hearing are in the hobby. Owners are just one version. Fair. I like that. It's a decent way of characterizing a thing that's otherwise just kind of hard to describe and understand. Let's see if all that paid off the way we wanted it to. 500 receipt, magic. Okay. Yep, HP up. Okay, nice. I don't know that we need these, but we can sell them. Boom. We got Lena to 700. We're still not quite there, but we keep moving in the right direction. He says, I use hobby caps to everyone. I said that. To me, I own the property of their tanks. I take care of them, but like if they break something, I own and replace that. Gripping means to go search for in the wild. Reptiles and amphibians comes from herpetology, which, by the way, more OZ games seen herpetology. I agree. I remember the first time I heard that word, it was someone who, like, I met someone who was going to school for herpetology, be a herpetologist, and I remember when he told me, I was like, what? You're doing what in school? You know, herpetology. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know this thing that you're telling me right now. Also, you've been vindicated. Ow, I must know. For now. Whenever we get going where we're actually going, I'll move back to the back. Right now she needs friends so she can make some hits. Snakes do have friends they do love, or they love like I do. If she counts it, I do too. Yeah. I think reptiles, I've always thought that was kind of bullshit. I hated that so much. People are like, hello. Not back from the, I think we did all those. White mask in the basement. Spell to open the door. The spell is Escamada. Okay. Yeah, we did all that. That's what, like, where we figured out where we need to go next. We have lots of leveling. I don't know about lots. We're actually pretty... For as much as I was like, ooh, each person at 1,000, we're basically there. I mean, 2 people are there, and we have to get the 3rd. And technically, we have to get the 4th up there, but much to Sam's chagrin. Like, the 4th people rotate so much that I'm sorry, I'm not as invested. Not. Alright, I think... Useless modern science has reported garter snakes, boas, rattlesnakes having friend groups, and some hunt in packs. I love that for them. I mean, Sweet Pea literally nearly killed me because he wouldn't stop rubbing my mouth and nose to smell like me, so I couldn't breathe for fear of getting CO2 on him. I think that's love. Absolutely. So you're right, corn snakes are generally more intuitive and curious. Rat snakes pull, which explains why if they're not socialized, they get so mean. Yourself. I'd have him hit her, but I'm not sure she could take a hit from there. Imagine as we do this thing's eventually gonna just run away if we can manage to do a little bit of damage. We can get where we need to go. Snakes have the hardest time communicating because it's all body language, no eyelids, and they can't tilt their heads as easily, so they can't emote how humans respond. Yeah. Which is not their fault. Not a single piece of that is, like, on them. Like, they should be able to emote poorly and still be things that exist in the world. Have that not be an issue. No. Faster than we planned it. If people wonder why I complain about the leveling up stuff in this game, and it's like, if you're just leveling up HP, it is not an issue. If you're trying to level up MP, that's when it gets tricky and hard. He says, unfortunately, it's how it goes. Spiders emote too. It's just harder to make out. If it's not human enough, we reject it and refuse it to meet halfway. Yeah, unfortunately. But, like, jumping spiders emote plenty. We just can't see it. It's really stupid because it's really not their fault. Like, what did they do? I swear her HP only went up like, it went up like 31. She was at 700 flat, I want to say. He says, by the way, I love cats, but it does drive me crazy when people argue that cats experience empathy. Cats don't experience empathy. That's worse. Also, what is wrong with your cat? People who say this, you of mine cared if you were sad. Yeah, I just think it's the meme. People like to meme like, oh my god, cats, man. And it's just like, they're just... Yeah, it is very obvious that our cats love us, especially love Selena. But I think it's just the haha meme, like, of that. Oh man. It just, that's where that lands, unfortunately. I mean, Ada would have sold you for a kibble if you were sad, but the spice followed you around the house. Yeah, every animal is different. No. He says, also, I think you missed that, but I hear that in defense of cats, or like why cats are better than reptiles, and like, yes, hello, low empathy person. Feeling empathy is not inherently superior. If they ignore your suffering, that's way worse. Yeah, no, people be that way just about like, oh man, cats will eat you after you're dead. Fucking cats, man, they're the worst. And I'm just like, they're fine. They're doing what they're supposed to do. God forbid we like let animals just themselves. I don't get it. He says, you know who doesn't? Sweet Pea. I don't care if he just views me as a checklist that leans positive. I make him smile and he makes me smile, and it's cool. The checklist, so positive, he won't cry for me. Yeah. Hey, everyone's HP win. That mission win it. 763. I mean, we're getting there. They hit her for 0 damage. Good job. Poison him. Alright. Attack that. Fire on yourself. Attack yourself. There. He says, for the record, low empathy is not inherently mean, and high emotional empathy with low compassion makes really selfish. That is true. It's just an ability to like read things, right? Like it's not. Just because you can read things better doesn't mean that makes you inherently better or worse or any of that. Because you can understand people's emotions better, but then what you do with it, you could still be an asshole. There's plenty of people out there that understand people way better than I do, but then that information in any way. She's at 730. 760. Means there's basically 500. No, she can't. Oh, she could probably take a spread one. Self one more time. And miss him. Magic, lightning on yourself. 8 whole damage. Juice says high emotional empathy, low compassion is the worst because they feel what you feel but don't care about you, or that I have. Yeah, that's insane to me. That those people exist out there. That they walk among us. Gestures above. Cognitive is reading emotions. Emotional is the ability to connect with others and feel what others feel. Compassionate is the ability to feel guilt and act on it. Here, you're hurting even if you have no bones in the race. Yeah, and there's people that are bad mixes. Question like where the order operations was there. Vitality up, HP up. Okay, Vitality up, HP up. Nice. Um, 796. We're getting there. We're getting there, everyone. We're gonna do some curing, and then we're gonna take our first break. This does seem to be going fairly well, though. It's not an efficient means of raising our MP, which is what I really like to do. I'm a little less worried about that. I think there are ways that as we get later game, as I was peeking ahead a little, there are spells that should be able to get to a point where we can efficiently do MP, like what we'd really like to get moving on. So, but this is working as far as like leveling up HP stuff goes, which means that we should be able to do another couple, like handful of runs here, and then we should be ready to continue on with the story. Their main thing in that other guide was like, hey, make sure you're at around 1,000. And when we started this, she was not anywhere near it, and now she's like floating right about 800, so we'll get there. I'm gonna take a quick break, run some ads. I will be back in 3 minutes time. Get a snack, get a drink, hug your snake. Back very quick.
Are you just gonna sing until I start playing it again?
Yeah, that's my goal then. It's time to play Silent Hill 2. So you can help James find Mary. She's totally here and actually alive, and you can find her if you look.
With your eyes.
Maria is gone to sleep on a mattress with HIV.
Whoa.
She says it's comfy,
Okay, that's enough.
but it's full of disease.
That's enough. Alright, I started the games.
Often, you know, what those games, like if they were just more at this, hey. Should known. Fucking spider things. I'm gonna let it kill me, because fuck that. Fuck it. I'm done.
Are you just gonna sing until I start playing it again?
Yeah, that's my goal then. It's time to play Silent Hill 2. So you can help James find Mary. She's totally here and actually alive, and you can find her if you look.
With your eyes.
Maria is gone to sleep
On a mattress with HIV.
Whoa.
She says it's comfy,
Okay, that's enough.
but it's full of disease.
That's enough. All right, I started the games.
Does it seem?
You doing dances? It's got a real good shuffle
Yeah, I
going.
know it does. Okay.
The Margot Robbie get your bag moment where it's just like everyone's gonna let her do whatever she wants right now.
So
and
make the Tank Girl movie. That's what I want next.
that'd be incredible. Yeah,
she
no,
has the rights for it. She owns the rights.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, yeah, make the Tank Girl.
Exactly. Yes. Yes, she has. She has owned the rights for quite a while. Like that was one of the first things her company bought the rights to was Tank Girl.
what is holding them up then?
I mean, I think probably as awesome as I think that first Tank Girl movie is, it was not a commercial success. And so I think no one's wanted to make it. But I think you're right. Like this is now she has the credibility to pitch that movie and
Yeah.
make that movie. I don't know why it's not being made. I mean, I'd be there opening.
it is. Hey. Should known. Should known. Fucking spider things. I'm gonna let it kill me because fuck that. Fuck it. I'm done. I'm done. My stupid shitty eyes, I was like, is that a penguin? No. Are they eggs? No. It's the fucking hand spiders. And I hate spiders. When you're 10 years old, there is nothing better than a toaster strudel.
I don't know. Maybe having a dad. Sorry.
All right.
Drew says before Jeff trimmed his beard, he was dangerously close to looking like he bankrolled the OG Jurassic Park.
Oh, he's kind of cute. Guessing I'm not going to feel that way in a few minutes, but... It's like a big weird puppy. We don't need the intro again. Alright, we're gonna explore around because I was just reading the guide and glad I have the guide because otherwise, you know, this much. Like that. Like how would I know that was there otherwise? There's so much of that in this game. It's cool. I don't know how you're supposed to know that. I guess you're just supposed to figure it out. There's another, apparently, we go in the town. But there's a guy who like, hey, you're in the way. Gotta thing. I keep forgetting that like we've really not spent time in the town because it was like this was the occupied town. Or Ninja Man. Hey, Ninja Man. Paul. Secret door of the Castle Finn. Yeah, I know. What's inside? White mask? Well, I don't need it. Okay, I'll tell you. That's the right top corner of the saloon. apparently we're supposed to know to do that. Again, I don't know how you figured that out. It's like I don't want, especially for stream, like it's like it feels like it would suck if it was like the stream was like, all right, now the guide said to do this. So I try to do things as organically as possible, but like also beat the boss. That's terrific. I like that they use the word boss. Fun. You guys have spells? X for mini loot flow. Lose. I don't know what lose does, but we can do it. Mini. Oh, she can't learn anything. Don't know what these spells are. We picked up Aura. What does Aura do? Mini, I can obviously figure out. Expert. Like transfer. I can find the spell list. Because this translation has made it difficult to understand what some of these spells are. I just need a list of spells. Okay. Line first. Oh, break, death, warp. Aura. I'm guessing Aura is Aura. We found the castle. Bestows the aura status upon the target, adds effectiveness to the target's physical attacks against certain enemy types, depending on how many levels of the spell hit. Enemy types in order of increasing spell level are flying, aquatic. In Pixel Remaster, only cast one level lower when multi-targeted. Accuracy bonus. Okay. But that does apparently. Sure. Okay, break probably occurs. Toad, obvious what it does. Okay, but we bought Xfer. What does Xfer do? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Can you explain Xfer? Dispel, maybe? So we bought it Finn, right? Finny we bought in Finn. Find it. Okay. Life, bassoon, barrier. Yeah, I can't figure out what spell Xfer might be. There's nothing. Because I was even just looking at like spells that you can buy in Finn, which is where we're at, to try to which is Dispel, which I guess Exfer could be Dispel. Mini, which there's one called Mini. Fog and Slow. Spell Mini, Fog, and Slow are the ones you can buy. So it's one of those. I might follow the one guide's advice and spell Aura. Guess I might. Or I guess I could just give them to someone else. Okay, so, I'll follow the advice and just. I sat there trying to read it and I could not understand it, and gosh. It's so weird that this translation, man. Like trying to understand sometimes what basic items are is a trip. Okay, so now we know how to get into the basement of the castle. So let's I love that the throne room is called the saloon. I can't imagine that's like what the translation's meant to say either. That like, hey, this is the saloon, guys. Also, I don't understand. He was like, hey, you can get in top right of the saloon behind drones. Oh, I have to talk to a wall. How did I not think I have to talk to a wall? It's so obvious. Of course. Hole, a secret door. Let's go. Realizing I forgot to save. Okay. I don't want to walk all the way back out. I don't know what else now. Yeah, I was assuming it was going to be pictures of some. It's like, this should theoretically help with some leveling up, just because those revenants hit hard. Nasty. And we have front row right now. For a hot second. Rough because I want. I still have to be able to take a hit from that guy, but he. That should be enough. The actual. I missed early. She said we get less of the benefits of station, but all the guilt feel that way. Yay! Diet food. What are we eating? Not food. I made tater tot casserole last night, and not very many of us, the kids at their mom Friday. So I made so much hamburger helper, and oh good, yeah, we're up to it. But we'll be having hamburger helper leftovers tonight. Last night. I really like it. It's solid. Not hamburger helper, sorry. Tater tot casserole is what we mean. I'm a big for tater tot casserole. Usually I'm a big green beans in it person, but Selena can't stand beans. Like, it's her big, like no-go. Will not with whatsoever, so. Did a lot of, I just did kind of way more onions than I normally. Because for whatever reason, that's her thing. She fucking loves onions. I like them. I've learned to like them more since then than I did beforehand, just because we. But she just does not like beans, which is rough because it's like I love meat. Chili's one of my favorite things to make, and I've really had to adjust how I make it. I refuse to. I think hope I would do it and like remove all beans from it, but I've like dialed down the beans a lot, way less beans these days. Thank you. Took way too many tries just on that one. I'm gonna have all of us target one of thing just because. Being we're around for another turn and get some low-level leveling up stuff. Let's turn just turn of hitting ourselves just kind of ensure we're gonna land and the HP go up now. Which I don't know that it'll be enough for either of our fighter dudes if they don't need it as much as the... It could be though. I mean that's a significant amount. Yeah, we'll all out this. Because there's a chance now we don't survive. That's the rough thing about this game is like you don't want to not survive it. At the same hand, like you have to get low enough that it's gonna make a difference, and you're gonna actually up everyone's HP. And she's basically about where we need her to be, or at least closer to it. She's at 865 now. Nice work on first one here, Snoopy. At, you know, an hour and 17 minutes in. Way to be the first one here. What's up, man? What's up, Lingsy? The year is 2062, and a frail Jeff reaches for the top shelf and pulls out a dusty copy of Final Fantasy 16. Finally, he said, we are at the final of fantasies. Which old console is that? Asked one of Jeff's bewildered grandkids. Old console? Exclaimed Jeff. This is the PS5, the pinnacle of modern gaming. Grandchild shot him a confused look. Grandma Lena, Grandpa Jeff hasn't taken his meds again. Exactly, yeah. I'm never gonna it's so funny because like you know, we did a shout out earlier today for King when he popped in the chat. When he started it, I can't remember if it was my chat or Sam's, but we were just like, oh man, you're gonna play every Final Fantasy, don't do, you know, you don't know what we've gotten into. And he's on 5. He's made it from 1 to 5 in about a month and a half. It's like, okay, never mind. He's gonna be fine. He plays a lot more often. Now, definitely adds to it. Goofy says, "Woo! I made it. First one here, right?" Hope you guys are having a solid day. We are kind of half leveling up, doing some leveling, but also just exploring this area below the castle. Kind of doing both simultaneously. I think this area below the castle is kind of where we have to head next, but we're also taking the opportunity to like make sure our HP is more where we need it to be, especially with our main 3. We've been trying to get Lena up there. She doesn't take a lot of hits because she's in the back row. So, he says, oh dude, it would take me a year to finish a Final Fantasy game on stream. They're long ones. Because like I get here and I'm just like, well, you know, might as well just like make sure she goes up a level or goes up and gets better HP, and then I'm like, well, if she's doing it, you might as well do it with everyone. And that's how getting this world where we're all hitting ourselves instead of attacking the last enemy around. This is, I think that this is far more efficient than we were trying to level up our MP, and that was what was going like catastrophically bad. Is there's just so much that has to go right to level MP up, and it's a lot harder, and that's probably where my difference in like talking to Sam about his experience with the game and stuff was hitting. It's near impossible to do all the things you need to do to level up your MP in a Lingsy's asked about Sweet Pea. Lingsy, okay, sleep time. Doobie says the leveling in future games will be better. The convoluted way you level shit in this game almost makes it horrible. Sam says to stop hitting myself. What up, Sam? Oh, I will not. I will not stop hitting myself. Can't stop, won't stop. That. Trying to get our HP to decent levels. We're at like the next major section of the game says that everyone should be at about 1,000 in the guide I'm using. And when I started this process today, Lena's max HP was about 500. So you know we're slowly cruising in the right direction. Sam said, I would like to say it here too. I was here before Snoo, but you ignored me on YouTube. I do ignore that chat. I'm so sorry. Go see if you were actually talking. Go call your bluff. Although I always forget how to actually read that chat. Okay. Chat. No, it's not showing. Okay. That doesn't say anything because it's not showing me any of the chat either. That dual chat, like, that's the other reason why I don't use it, is like doesn't work half the time. There's that YouTube. Oh, I found trying to find that YouTube, and I found a playlist. That's not it. Yeah, let me go to the us. There I am. Yep, there's Sam who says I'm here, but I ignore YouTube. I'm sorry, I failed you. It doesn't let me reply specifically. Weird. I did not mean to derail your stream with a joke. No, you're fine. Tim says, it's okay, I just don't have Twitch mobile, so I watch on YouTube for a bit before I get to a computer. That's fine. When did you, you used to have Twitch mobile. Was that like a decision to make things more efficient, or? He says, I watch where I can get credit and talk shit and be recognized. Old phone running out of space, so I deleted it. Yeah, that's fair. There's just times, like, I shouted out earlier. I'll do it again so that more people are here. Because Yoda was here earlier and subbed, and like Yoda, another shout out now that more people are here. He's a local-ish DJ dude, who used to DJ the like cool nerdy space that we very much like to go to back when Selena was like more in her era of like I want to go and get drunk on a Monday night. But he does streams where he's just like DJing. It's the one use case I can think of my phone that I'm just like I kind of want to keep, because he'll just like he just playing music and talking a little bit in between. Most part, you know, just playing music. And while that is happening, you know, I'll just hook my phone up to a speaker and then cooking or doing whatever. And that rules. Like, I like that a lot. Sometimes I like watching streams when I'm cooking or something, but for the most part, it's tough for me to interact with all the cooking stuff that I need to do. But like Yoda streams where he's just playing music, like I can just hop in there and I use Shiki's emote a lot, her like little dancing emote thing. Sam says, I'm one of the people that run tech till it dies. I say as I type on my 2014 laptop. I mean, same. Snoopy says, I'm cooking. Nice. What are we cooking? I didn't mean to say, like, nobody could. But, you know. Ideal. Alright, we're gonna warp out of here. Oh, we can't warp out of here. Weird. Z says the box art for this game is really cool. Really cool. For how we got... Oh, we can go up there. Okay. Oh, and these guys don't make magic anyway. Tim said, I just read your message about the Donkey Kong show. Sorry, I spent the day... Man, that show is insane. So, I was editing our YouTube videos, and then whilst editing our YouTube videos, I was like, well... I guess I'll like watch something, because I edited the YouTube videos. Sam's stream died, and then there's a lot of downtime where just like stuff's rendering or whatever. And while that was happening, I was like, well, I need to do something, so I guess I will watch this Donkey Kong Country show that I didn't know existed this morning, but now I do, right? So I watched the first episode of Donkey Kong Country, the television show. That thing is absolutely dog shit insane. I will say there was one joke that actually made me laugh, which was they cut to DK, who has the voice of like a 10-year-old. Like for some reason DK has like a really young person voice. But they do this bit where he's like, well, I hate starting the day with a tough decision, and Donkey Kong is standing there trying to pick a tie, and they're all the same tie. They're all the Donkey Kong tie. And he's just like, I hate starting the day with a tough decision. That made me laugh. Did it have made me laugh? No. Did it make me laugh? Yes. And that was after the Cranky Kong like organ solo that starts the show. It's a weird show. That then devolved into basically the Samson plot from the Bible, but Donkey Kong is somehow Samson. Like somehow Samson logic exists where if his hair gets cut, won't be super powerful anymore. And so K. Rool's whole plot is to like make sure that his hair gets cut, and the only person that can get close enough to him is Candy Kong. And so I'm like, okay, well, I guess they're gonna like try to trick or exploit Candy Kong into cutting Donkey Kong's hair then. And nope, that's definitely not at all what happens. What happens instead is that they oh, can I not get out at all? Oh, I can. Okay. I was able to say, am I just like stuck here forever now? They make a Candy Kong bot then they sing a whole song. Like, she comes out and she sings like a sexy seductress song. And they sing a whole song about putting her head on. It's very weird. And then, because it's just her head at that point. And then they put her robot head on her robot body. He successfully seduces Donkey Kong, cuts his hair, but just like shaves the top of his head. There's just like one bald patch at the top of his head. And then suddenly it works. The Samson thing works because somehow it is Samson logic. And Donkey Kong isn't powerful anymore. He just gets really sleepy and can't actually fight K. Rool and his goons anymore. And it's a weird show. Snoopy says he's making penne rigatoni with red meat sauce. That sounds amazing. Basically spaghetti with different noodles. Yeah, that sounds good though. Sam says that show sounds like a fever dream. It's weird. We had Mario and Zelda in like the 80s and DKC sometime in the 90s and nothing till the Mario movie. Nintendo could have had some really cool shows. Actually, I think Kirby show in the 2000s, so that too. Yeah, at some point there's a we'll do something with it because there's a Final Fantasy show that happens. I forget. I think it's like it's either between the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo era or between the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation era, but it's like kind of right in one of those zones. You get a anime that happens that people have very mixed opinions on for good reason. Lincoln says he's good about Pokemon. That did pretty well. Yeah. Sam says Final Fantasy V had a sequel anime, if that's what you mean. That might be what I mean. I sat reading about it one day. I got talking during one of Sam's Final Fantasy streams and then like was looking up everything. And the real scary part of it is that there's like there's so many games, and there was a point where I was like, should I just play all of these? But then I was like also seeing all the different media and where it's landed in between too, and like it'd be kind of cool to like kind of try to chronicle like what is Final Fantasy like over time. I don't know. The saga games are interesting if you throw them in the mix because they're their own game series completely, but they exist because they're sequels to this game. And then they're released as Final Fantasy Legends here in America on the Game Boy. So it's like most people just write them off as not Final Fantasy games, even though they have the Final Fantasy game name. But then again, they're sequels to this game. They carry on the whole like level up structure and stuff from this game, and it turns into its own series that people love, that has various entries, right? And so there is part of me that's kind of like, should I just play those too? I mean, it's like, the biggest problem with that is it would then take me forever to get to the Super Nintendo, which is what I and everybody else is waiting for, and then the PlayStation, which is what I and everyone else is waiting for. Mainly the Super Nintendo, though, because you get those 2 Game Boy games that come after this, so I would have to play those, or is it... It's either they come at between 2 and 3, or they come, like, basically... but I would just be playing games forever. But that said, like, contextually, like, that's what it, at the time, was seen as, like, the carry-on of this game and, like, what was going on with it. So People are talking about Pokemon. Sam says, I mostly forgot Pokemon is Nintendo IP. My brain sorts it under Game Freak. Lindsay says, exactly. Sam, because no one. The bit thing. Tippy says, put it right in the sauce as I cook it. Oh, you started to add cottage cheese to stuff like this? A little extra protein, but also so yummy. I would consider that. I'm not a big cottage cheese person. I could maybe take it cooked into some stuff. Lindsay says, and the cards game shows, I think, in the way the cards and shows become a bigger than the games in the mainstream. That is true, especially right now. Man, everyone's bugging me about Pokemon cards I don't have. Sam says, toys, plushie, card games, Legos, decades of shows and movies, like 50 games and a bunch of mobile spin-offs. It just always felt different than Nintendo IPs. Yeah, do they own... Like, is Pokemon a thing that Nintendo, like, came... Like, they just own it just in... Like, they happen to, right? It's not, like, a thing that's, like, internally produced by them ever? Is that correct? I have no idea. I don't know what you think. I'm waiting for those. I'm enjoying 2 and looking forward to 3. Well, thank you. Well, how would you feel if there's 2 Game Boy games that came next instead? Lindsay says exactly that. It kind of became more than a game. You think of Mario and unmistakably a video game. If I think about Pokemon, my mind doesn't go to a game first. It just exists in a multiverse of media. I definitely think of a game first, but it's interesting that it's like, I think of Nintendo IP as in like who shows up for Mario Kart, right? And the Pokemon don't do that. And then like for a while, then it was like, well, Smash Brothers is their like more extended IP universe, because that's where it's not like the Fire Emblem dudes show up to drive around Mario Karts. But now Smash Brothers is kind of everything, so. The guide I was looking at said to leave these chests alone. There was nothing good in them. But, like, again, we just kind of have to make sure that before we go on to the next area, that our main 3 at least are all at 1,000, which we're close to at this point. Sam says, I'm interested to see what they do with Smash. I both am and... am and aren't. I almost said amn't, which is not a word. It's just, it's wild to me with Smash Brothers that, for me, I think Melee is where they, like, perfected it. I love Melee so much. And then I've tolerated, either tolerated or enjoyed the 2 that came after it. But I feel like they kind of nailed it. You know, the 64 game is really, really good. And then by the time they hit Melee, like, that's when it kind of, like, perfected the idea. And then the ones that have come after it have just had way too much noise, where it's just like, they were like, what if we just dial up the noise like crazy? And it's like, I don't know that that makes the best game, guys. Like, we're not, like, I think Melee, I think Brawl and I can't even remember the weird naming nomenclature that they have. Like, I think they're all good games. They're just not the greatness that Melee was. If people don't agree with me, and they don't have to, that's just kind of where I land on it. And then also the world has just kind of shifted from a world where buddies sit on a couch playing each other and stuff to online play. And I don't know that the Smash Brothers thing has ever really translated itself super well to net play, which is part of why I think all the clones have suffered so much. It's a tough thing to do. And so there's a... Yeah, I don't know. I'm also intrigued with what they do next. I think that the Multiverses game falling on its face so much and having to be completely and entirely shut down is not a good sign for everything going forward. Like, that game should have murdered. And like when it was coming out in early access, it did. Like, that game was huge in early access, and then they could just never kind of pivot the corner into like making it the like money printing game that it shouldn't have been and could have been. And every attempt anyone's made to just like run the Smash Brothers formula has not worked out. Like, every single attempt that any company has made to just make another Smash Brothers has fallen on its face every single time, which is crazy when you think about it, because it doesn't feel and seem like something that should be that impossible to replicate, and it should be. We are in the era where so many corporations own so much bullshit that it should be like, we should be littered with like Smash clones that were just like, oh man, how do we pick between these? Because like that's the one thing that can happen in this world, is that you can like make a game with 1,000 different characters in it. And that's why I was like HBO Time Warner's doing it, like that's cool. Yeah, I want to play the Game of Thrones guy versus the Adventure Time kid versus Superman versus... That sounds great, and it completely flopped. Snoopy says, I really enjoyed Switch Smash Brothers, but that's mostly because I played it with my kid on story mode. He'd play and lose to guys, and I would jump in and help. Yeah, Sam says... they kind of shot themselves in the foot with Smash Brothers, Ultimate being their 5th game. Are they supposed to top that? Smash Brothers actually Ultimate tier? And he says, I enjoyed Melee and Brawl a lot and was disappointed they removed characters and the rest have been meh. I'm too blind to be able to play 8-player Smash on the new one. The camera zooms out too far. Yeah. Sam says the one after Brawl is literally Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers, Wii U, Super Smash Brothers 3DS. That's, yeah. Lingsy says, I really like the Switch one too. I'm with you there, Jeff. So much better on the couch as opposed to online. And it doesn't feel the same when you're not launching the Wiimote into your brother in the Lost Skull when he 3-0s you again. Yeah, it's just, there's something about like, Smash Brothers has maybe the best I've ever seen of a game getting just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, that game feels palpable in a way that most multiplayer games don't, and like, you just don't get that feeling playing with headsets that you do when everyone's in the room. Maybe says, I can't remember what was multiverse riddled with microtransactions. I seem to remember lots of microtransactions, so I didn't even go more than a couple games on it with my kid. That's part of why I didn't like the Switch Smash Brothers as well, because you had to buy so many characters. Yeah. The way Multiverses, when it came back from one, it left early access and then just like took forever to come back, so that was part of the problem. But then when it did come back, they were doing that model of like, hey, we're gonna rotate free characters and then you can pay to like buy them all. But like this week, Joker and the girl from Game of Thrones are free, and the next week it'll be like the Steven Universe and this other guy are free. Like those would rotate around. Which is neat because you could play it for free. You couldn't pick a character other than like between 2 or 3 of them, and then to have the whole experience, you'd have to. Like I think that's an okay model. The biggest thing they did was they went away. LeBron James was in that game because like when the early access launched, it was right when they were trying to make like the Space Jam remake happen, and that was just so. It was so colossally stupid to play a game where you're like LeBron James versus Batman, and it was stupid, but like good stupid. I was sad that game never could kind of find its way. Sam says, I just remembered I have PlayStation Battle Royale or whatever on PS3. I just told Shiki she can play as Parappa the Rapper. That might be what we're doing tonight. Yeah, that existed. They tried. Retro says modern shareware. Yeah, that is the shareware model. But just the rotation part's new. What's up, Retro? Hope you're doing well today. Lexi says, by the way, that never happened, but I'd be lying if it didn't cross my mind. I was ready to risk it all. I get it. As we did all that, and she didn't, in fact, go up in HP at all. Also, I forgot to do an eye drop on her. But yeah, I don't know what the it is weird to me that like PlayStation All-Stars or whatever that was called. PlayStation had another one too that was like in their version when they were trying to compete with Xbox Live Arcade. They had a thing called, it was some like Kung Fu game. Very weird. But there was a Kung Fu game on a PlayStation Network. That was basically Smash Brothers, but it was like all ragdoll things. Very weird. Anyways, every attempt that anyone's ever made at like making a Smash Brothers thing, not really worked out. Which I don't fully understand. The formula seems pretty simple. He says I just didn't want to go to prison on a 5-loss streak. Fair enough. But it's crazy. I like Smash Brothers a lot. I have like really good memories of playing Smash Brothers. And then I'm at a point now where my kids are better at it than I am. Is like a rough thing to accept and meet with. But even them, they don't spend. Her HP keeps not going up. We might be hitting that weird mechanic thing that Sam was talking about where like battles just have to last a certain length of time or something for HP to go up again. You see. Which sucks because she's almost there, but to be fair to the game, she has done a lot of leveling up in a pretty short period of time. We were trying to get her to 1,000 HP. The area that we're going in after this, that's the general recommendation, is that you have everybody at least down there, which we should be pretty good. I mean, she's back row anyways, and Vince keeps wildly going up in HP, so fucking almost 2,200. Boom. I'm trying to think of other Smash clones that have happened. And a ton of them. And like I said, I don't understand fully the math with why one would work and another wouldn't fully make any kind of sense. And like I said, we're living in the era where like there's so much, just every IP is conglomerated at like 4 different companies right now. So it's like we're in the perfect era of like everybody make your weird Smash game, right? It's just doesn't mean they'll all be good, but like it's everyone's got like this weird scattering of stuff they own. Oh, these are the guys that I think make you forget stuff, right? These are the guys that fucked us up last time? I think so. Hopefully I can take them out quickly. That was not we might have to about. Did curse the brain, which helps. I thought that the fire would do more damage to these guys. They look like things that would not take well to fire, but apparently that doesn't matter as much. I think it was the brain that did that to us, so I put everything against. Like I said, I was just looking at Game Freak from earlier, definitely their own thing, but they made the Yoshi game and also Mario and Wario, so very much intertwined with it. Okay. Yeah, it's super weird how those rights landed. Also do some stuff with Sega, interesting, yeah. I think it's closer to like something with like FromSoft and Bloodborne, right? Than it is like where FromSoft entirely made Bloodborne, but it is owned by Sony. I think, isn't that the situation with Pokemon, where it's just like, it's not like Nintendo was like, make me Pocket Monsters, but like they happen to own it. I think and believe that's the case. And that's why they're not technically like Nintendo IP, but they are. Like they're just like. But admittedly, I don't know. I'm entirely talking out my ass right now. Actual map of this. Oh, I left this. Left it says left is I don't want to face these guys anymore. I also just really don't like that I can't warp out. Like, it really bugs me, stresses me out. After this battle, I gotta do a quick break, run some advertisements. Keep Jeff Bezos happy. Boom. So far, they haven't done their like nasty forget thing yet, but I just that suddenly having magic users who just can't use magic at all. Less bueno. All right, we are gonna run a quick break. We'll be back shortly. I forgot those guys are doing MP damage. Or MP's going down a lot. Okay, we're gonna run a quick break. Grab a snack, take your meds, do whatever you need to do. I will see you all in 3 minutes time. All right.
Drew says before Jeff trimmed his beard, he was dangerously close to looking like he bankrolled the OG Jurassic Park.
At all. What's your
opinion of Scar? Wood.
I don't see that out of here.
The alchemy's there, aka.
Oh, we go through all of us go through cycles where it's like the cries come easier or
Yeah, it happens a week before my period, and
I wasn't gonna say that part. I was
why?
Well, it's fine.
It's just
but,
part of who I. Well,
yeah.
I say who I am like it's a very like.
No, I'm
Just
saying
me.
I wasn't gonna say that part. I'm not gonna be
Oh.
on here and be like, guys, she almost is on the racks and she's probably gonna be crying a lot. Tune in it today at 3. All right.
Stop. Oh my god! I never.
Also, I've never jokingly or otherwise used the phrase on the rag
the
before.
rag.
And I would like to
Scrub that from existence.
I need to call my mom. Oh, now I'm asleep. Never mind. I woke up though. Okay. Let's I mean, I'm doing a lot of damage. But now I'm paralyzed. Okay. And we're dead. Okay. Well, that's how that went. Which, you know, what you gonna do? I mean, what would you do if I was like everything was just like, all right, guys, how are my ducklings today? Yeah.
Do not throw her head at me, you. Oh my god.
Fucking
Stand up.
balls.
I.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
Gosh,
did.
Jeff.
I'm trying.
Well, try harder. Try or do. There is no try.
Yeah.
Whatever the saying is. Do or do not. There is no try. That's what I meant. I couldn't word.
Ugh, you killed my horse. And almost me.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Oh, I was muted for my bit. All right, I'm gonna try the bit again. I'll let everyone pretend I just came back and my mic wasn't muted, and that you didn't just hear. Okay, we'll try it again. All right, Bezos, we played your ads. Are you satisfied? Okay. Bezos is satisfied with the ads we played. We can continue on with our experience now. All right. Was that bit worth it? Was that worth doing it twice? All right. This really was supposed to be a fun run into the dungeon of the castle. It's taking a lot more sources than I planned. Hopefully we survive. Retro says, "Is this the Washington Post?" I don't know. Retro says, "Taking your meds used to be an insult, now it's reality for a lot of us." Yeah. Linksy said, "I'm guessing they signed the deal with the devil when it came to Pokemon. It was one of their early games, so likely Nintendo got a very lucrative deal on merchandising and percent of sales. Judging how it turned out, it probably was the best thing they could have done based on the popularity. Speculating, but I imagine even if Nintendo are reaping most of the awards." Yeah, I imagine, like, even if there's probably people out there that are like, "Oh man, if only Pokemon owned Pokemon," but Nintendo's marketing machine is probably not 0% of why people like know of Pokemon are into it. Guys, we might have to retreat out of here. I don't know how long this all go through. The good news is, like, we have done a decent amount of leveling up that we were kind of planning to do anyways. But yeah, this trek into the downstairs has not been as quick of and easy of a trek as I expected to grab a mask. This is like a more of a full-on dungeon. I just kind of assumed it was like one of those spaces where it's like, yeah, there's enemies there, but you know, it's... And these guys with their attacks that drain MP or like make you forget your magic altogether, which is like very much terrifying me. I mean, I don't... love that you did those swap spells on us, except for it should make our HP go up. There's that. But, you know... I need MP to get through this dungeon. You have to do a lot of the lifting here, Jeff. On you in a way that it normally is not. Well, we'll start with Lena. We'll close gear wise, and then let more fine tuning your work. Again, too, like, we can't warp out of this dungeon. The other scary thing, so, let's go. Kiri. It did get her HP to go up for the first time in a while. He totally didn't go the right direction. Found a kiss. Cool. Gosh. Gosh, she is almost out of MP. Probably gonna have to about face and look at a map. Reader said, no. Sam said, I was 8 years old when I learned For the Love of God the Jesus Dating Sim is a game in development. What the fucking what? What? I did not. I went to tell my sister and I didn't hear you respond to it. I did not even notice that. That's incredible. Does it have a release date? Oh, I saw just Kickstarter Cran told me about. I mean, at least we're getting our HP up. At least that's happening. Guess we're probably gonna have to run to the town. Maybe. Unless are we still carrying an elixir around? No, a bunch of cures. Useless because they do nothing. Why? I wonder if they do a proportional amount? Because that was actually decent. Okay. Cure, giant. Yeah, no. Back to town. I mean, we're technically in town, basically. To treat this like a serious, proper dungeon, I guess. Funny. Eight years old when I learned For the Love of God, the Jesus Dating Sim. That's such a good name too. It is being kickstarted right now. Ooh, it looks pretty horny. That's a choice. With 0 backers. Oh, it's launching soon. That's why. 175 followers. Yeah, I'm going to have to send that to Emmanuel immediately. The Banner Arts Curse. It's rough. That's a decision that I don't know that like I'm inherently against, but you're just gonna cut out a whole lot of people that would have played that for fun by just going for that much of a joke with it. I mean, you're going through a joke regardless. Like, it's some people are gonna be mad at you, whatever. But like, there's a lot of people that would be like, "Oh, this is fun," and then you put it in that category of like, "Oh, this is fun in a way that feels a little more mean-spirited." Going this way, Jeffrey. With their tail between our legs. For whatever reason, you know, as much as I'm like, I don't believe in that stuff anymore. I still think there's a level of like respect towards it that other people believe in that I don't believe in, that it's just like I think is like a common courtesy. That I think it's easy to forget about just because there's so much of that stuff being shoved down our particular throats. And it's like, but like also like, you know, that is like a piece of art that could be in that game and be, I wouldn't have as big of, I don't even know that I have a problem with it. But like having it be cover image of the thing entirely is, well, at least, you know, I mean, you sort out who's gonna be into it or not into it from that, right? There's at least that. It's like you're not gonna like woo anybody in that's gonna be like, turns out not into it. Sam says, I don't think any religious people are gonna play it anyways. Jesus was immaculately single or whatever, so Jesus dating is blasphemy. Yeah, they're gonna be mad no matter what. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, no, I'd have to sort my thoughts out on it. I felt this similar way. There was a comic book from a couple years back that was a similar thing where it was like, I was just like, whenever someone tries to tell me something shouldn't exist, I'm just like, well, like, that, I don't like that. And I thought 9 times out of 10, that one did a decent job of portraying itself as something that, like, you could put on a shelf and it's like people could be offended by the concept, but they weren't going to be offended by, you know, the inherent like imagery on the cover. And I think, I guess that's my thing is like that should be a little more where stuff lands, is that you should hey, look, we got her to 1,000, so at least there's that. Has today kind of been a failure? Sure. Not gotten in. Last week was just insane because we got so much done. I guess what we got done this week is we got some real leveling up done, and we found out about a beautiful dating sim that's on its way. But we got Lena from like 500 HP all the way up to 1,000. We got Rayla, even though she like hard to tell when she is and isn't in our group. Got her from like 2 something up to 500. So it's like that's all improvement. This is good job getting all the HP. Thank you. I was saying earlier, I don't know if you're here or not, or here on YouTube, but like we're I think some of the disconnect of like, oh my man, oh my god, like it's so hard to level up in this game. And you being like, oh well, I didn't have that much trouble doing it, is almost entirely based on talking about MP. Leveling up your MP is so hard, and that is definitely something that it still doesn't feel like we are anywhere near having a decent handle on. Is MP not just casting spells in this? It is. So you have to, to the best that I understand it, you have to cast, enough times so that, your MP has to, it's similar to the HP, your MP has to drain down, like, your MP has to go down half or more, basically, in order for you to level up. And so to do that, the only, like, really efficient way to do that is to cast spells. And it doesn't really make a difference to cast them. And, like, so, like, she's lost MP throughout this entire dungeon run, right? But that itself doesn't put her MP up because it's happened gradually over time. It's all got to go down in one battle. So, and later on, you kind of get, you know, like, spells that can kind of assist in that. And even that, you have to daisy chain a couple of things together in a way that, like, I'm not... That'll at least help get it up higher. Like, if I give one of the... There's a spell that basically swaps your 2 MP, which I've not been able to get, because you have to basically wait for someone to drop it. And if I give that to somebody else in the party, they can cast that and swap with her, basically, which would, like, bring her MP all the way down and go. And then she would then lose all that MP, and then that'll make her MP shoot up, right? So, Sam said, weird, that's so dumb, but it was super new, so fair. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Well, and just, like, as spells level up, right? So, like, so her fire is at level 7, which just happens from casting fire a lot, right? Spells level up as you... So, because fire is at level 7, it costs 7 to cast. And that's the way spells work in this game. So, like, eventually you're gonna butt up against where, like, oh man, if it costs like almost 10 to cast this, and I have 100 MP, I'm going to blow through that in a round. I'm gonna make my, you know, so, like, it kind of self-corrects a little bit, but not really. What is up, Schrodinger? Hey, you remember a few days back when you recommended I just try FF10, even though I don't count 10 plus as real Final Fantasies? I started again, and yeah, it's been kind of alright. Awesome. Yeah, that is my favorite thing. That's happened to me a couple times watching Sam play some of the later Final Fantasy that I wrote off. And yeah, that's the best. Good to see you too, man. All as well. Been kind of getting our butt kicked, trying to go into the basement, but we leveled up a lot, so worth it? Question mark. Spirit says, I still think it's an entirely different kind of game to the main series, but it's enjoyable still. I think 10 fits in with the first 10 pretty well. I think you get an entirely different game when you jump forward to 12. But I could see if voice acting is your dividing line and not battle system, I could see how 10... A lot of that stuff is starting in 10 of, like, I hate the level up system in 10 too. I hate the and it feels like most games have landed on some probably go back in this. Yeah, I guess 10 is kind of on the fence. Fair enough. Sam says, I love that there is a Lord of the Rings Final Fantasy X clone. I need to stream it eventually. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Is it just like a complete... Is it the story, the Lord of the Rings story? Like, how do they... What is that? Lord of the Rings Third Age has the exact same battle system as Final Fantasy X. Oh. Oh, okay. I really like 10's battle system. It's for as much as people turn the debate about different Final Fantasy games into turn-based versus not turn-based. You know, that 10 is one of the few, like, truly turn-based Final Fantasy games. Most of them after the NES are what, like, all active time battle or whatever they call it. Here says, we're taking the hobbits to Isengard, to Isengard, to Isengard. But the hobbits are the summoner, and Isengard is spoilers. Yes. Sam says, your second fellowship kind of trailing after the main group. You cross paths with them occasionally, if I remember correctly. Speaking and I were testing the disc recently and made it to Moria. Neat. Was it a PS2 game then? It would probably be, yeah. I always like those PS2 era Lord of the Rings games. There's that one that's it's really good. That's fuck. It's the Two Towers one that's just like plays like a silly beat 'em up, but you're just like running around. Kind of plays like a Dynasty Warriors game, but like with fucking Gandalf. Good stuff. This is on PS2. We have it on Xbox. Iggy, what's up, Iggy? Says I had it on GameCube. Simpsons Return of the King was really good. Yeah, that whole era of games I enjoyed at the time. I need to play through all my Lord of the Rings games. I have so many. At some point, we're getting that like Stardew clone. It keeps getting delayed. It was supposed to be out by now. You're just basically it's like Hobbit Stardew. What's up, Vicky? Hope you're having a good Monday. It's actually sunshiny here, so of course I'm spending the entire day inside. I would have gone outside yesterday. I'd planned to, but it was all rainy and gross. But I had stuff to do today. I did edit today and get was the 5th video up of Selena's My Side playthrough. Is the one that is basically a copy of that's up now on YouTube. And that game is pretty incredible. My Side. I don't know, maybe people, but yeah, I've played it, but demo. It's so interesting with like My Side, which like that came out and then that movie Canyon came out recently, and there's something else that I was like, man, this is like, there's so much right now that's like very much in the like, hi, we're an AI that was definitely designed for a man to enjoy, but you kind of got a little sentient, and now things are gonna get weird. Might be my new favorite genre in horror. There's just like the. What did you think was gonna happen, guys? Alright, I need. Probably move her to the back row. Make it through this. Although these guys, I don't think it super mattered. I should probably get a map for this. One of the things I love is like every single guide I find spells Finn differently. For this is the Finn Castle, right? No. 11 to 12. Okay, one guide we said to go up to the left of the screen, and that is decidedly false. We need to go up to the right. There's absolutely nothing looks like in any of the rooms, which is love that for us. How do we get from that? Oh. Oh. I know where we're going. It's fine. Fine. I figured it out. Oh, Finn, yeah. Finn, that's how it's, I think, spelled once you get to the Pixel remasters, probably. But the guide I was just looking at it had it PHIN, which is actually a pretty good. That way. Oh, thank you. So helpful. And that also works. I appreciate you. If you guys are... Oh, okay, that works. Hey, look, it's the stairs we couldn't find. At a point too where the treasure is probably starting to get you with it, but also guess we gotta. Whoa, what are you? Or mantis. I guess I could have put that together. You do look very mantis. No offense. What is up, Mello? How are you doing? Hope your ear is feeling better. Oh, bye, Mantis. The booty lining up to Final Fantasy music is not something I anticipated, and I love it. Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you, Schrodinger. Probably grab it. Cobweb. Temporarily got Prime again. Already canceled it, but hey, might as well use a free sub. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks so much for thinking of us. Every little bit helps. We're... And this is just a mazy maze of maze nest. Kind of crazy. Put this. Going. I would say the dungeon design in this game is something else. It's not as enjoyable as it was in the last game, but you're figuring it out. You know, you could feel them trying to figure out, like, I don't know, we made it kind of a maze that like dead ends a lot, and so that's gonna be fun for the player, right? Because they're gonna have to like work real hard. And they said by the time they're developing for the Super Nintendo, and maybe as soon as the next game, I have no idea, they start to learn from these mistakes, and they realize that it's like, no, like really good dungeon design is like, do I risk that battle to get that treasure chest that I can see? I can see the treasure chest. I know there's a treasure chest there. Is it worth the risk of the more encounters I will get journeying towards it, right? Becomes the design philosophy, which is a better design philosophy than should I go down this alley? Maybe it's treasure chest, maybe it's a dead end. Maybe I have to go down it. I have no idea. I'm just spreading around. Yeah, I think they'll eventually figure it out. I'm kind of hoping the next game they have it figured out by then. This it's a little rough. I don't know how you're expected to do these. Even more so than the last game. I don't know how you're expected to do these without a map open. And the last game definitely had that, but it wasn't this bad. there's so many sections that are like, haha, look at all the fake rooms. Look at all the times we think we got you. It's like, that's not fun. It's not fun for anybody. Boom. Goodbye, Captain Ogre. I will say this over the last game we played is last game we made the mistake of picking the thief, and then it was just like this constant like well, we're really good at running away. We had to run away so much in that game as opposed to this one, which not been doing much of that. So there's at least that aspect. This one, the enemies are the ones doing most of the runaway. Alright, lost where I'm going. Oh, down. Ba, 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 ba. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this before we're out of time. Make a little bit of progress. Like I said, we progressed a ton just in like how much HP our guys has, especially there is that aspect, which is I think what's contributing to like so many enemies just running away. I didn't see what that was. Fang of Betrayal. Okay. Sam did sort of stream already. His stream decided to like be like, no, we're not gonna work. Oh, I felt bad. A lot of columns. Columns A, B, C, Annie. Column joke. Got like 20 minutes left. Hopefully we can get through. Like, yeah, we made it through the bottom. We got the mass thing or whatever it is we're supposed to be doing at the bottom of this thing. Which is, again, you know, stuff we had to do. And then we will then be ready to go to Mysteria or whatever next week. We hit the HP requirements that that's where I thought we were going. I missed this part of the walkthrough that we had to come down here and do. So, which that would have been funny had we, like, gone there. That would have been the first time that happened. Also feels kind of designed for stuff like that to happen, which is like, again, a design choice. I think they rightfully kind of move beyond after this game. Like, wouldn't it be cool if they went to the wrong place and they had to like figure out that there was a secret door? I don't know, someone at one point described it as just like, we do a lot of faulting games for like logic leaps and stuff, but someone said that like actually quite often the game is actually communicating that stuff to you. It's just the language through which games have communicated things has just changed so much over the years that applying the old ways of like how you know, you would like walk into a town and talk to everyone and go like, oh, okay, there's a secret, I'm gonna write that down in a notebook. You know, it's like that was more of a common thing than it is now, where it's just like we all fall apart if we load up a game and there's not a waypoint on a map. Retros has got to make the cartridge last 4 months. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Which also comes from like a lot of the design philosophies of video games for the first decade or two of their history is all about like how to make sure kids are inserting more quarters. So like even when they move away from that, the ways that they move away from that aren't always best, because they've never thought about it before. They've been so much design into how to get more quarters out of a kid, but not how to make sure a kid's satisfied with a game cartridge, you know? I'm so sorry, I was reading something. Yeah, I streamed earlier, Milo, but had some Twitch server issues, so ended early. Hopefully you got that figured out. That was a bummer. What you gonna do, though? Boom. Yeah, that's sort of by the time you ended. You're pretty smart with that stuff, so I wasn't like insanely worried or anything, but I switched servers and it ran fine, but my mood was meh, so I ended and went to the garden instead. Fair enough. I don't think these guys are fun to fight. It's fine. We survived the last one. They're not scary. They're just like, I mean, they're literally rocks. Samson's not sure if Twitch was having congestion issues or if my ISP tried to throttle that IP. Hey, you've got weird ISP issues that like I've not encountered before, so they always like kind of throw me a little bit. We've had since been able like this weird thing of like, so we had for a while we had Comcast business at the house, and then Comcast business at the shop where we used to do all our streaming, the regular Comcast at the house, and the regular Comcast at the house was always like kind of not great. It was like weirdly like really good for a minute, and then they literally came out and slowed down our internet because they said that like our internet was too fast and it was messing up internet for everybody else in the area, which I've never heard before, but they literally came in and slowed down our internet. And then after that it was just always like it was fine, but there's just always like things, and then we switched to fiber, and it's just it's absurdly cheap, and we're on like the lowest run of it, and then we could certainly pay what we were paying before for Comcast, but like we get faster than we were getting from even Comcast Business at the lowest tier fibers. Sometimes it's definitely a little like a little bit where it's like a show will be like a little like foggy or something. Tell like something's working a little hard, but Sam says RSP here is pretty solid. The one in Virginia, hear me complain about in the VOD channel was ass. Snoopy says, I wish I had fiber. I pay $100 a month for a 1 gig charter that's not 100% reliable. You'll have fiber. You'll probably have fiber sooner than most people will, because it's Michigan law that it has to be everywhere, and they have to do the more rural spots first. So it's Michigan law that it has to be everywhere by... It's a super far out date that I can't remember, but it's you'll get it eventually, and it's nice. I want it downtown where the shop is so bad, but it's not there yet. Made it a law. That's amazing. Yeah, this is this state has been neat over the past 10 years or so. Half the state still think it isn't and like hate our governor, but like it's been a solid like stuff like that where I'm just like, this is great. More of this, please. We've also voted. We've just like voted in a lot of the best stuff we have is stuff we've literally been like, no, fuck you, politicians. We're putting this on the ballot. And we're voting for this. We've done a lot of that in this state. I think more so than other states. This past election was the first one in a long time that we didn't have like 3 or 4 things on the ballot to be able to vote. I mean, whether or not this stuff will stay that way is always like a question. Found coral, suddenly monsters. Okay. You're on cure duty, okay? Alright. Yet, to the point that we even had people trying to kidnap our governor during COVID. It was a whole thing. Whatever. But it's, no, we, like... It's been a pretty chill time living here lately. Our roads are ass, but that's always like a... I don't know what the answer is to that, because it's like when you spend a bunch of money fixing the roads, people aren't happy because it costs a bunch of money. And our roads just... But then if you don't spend a bunch of money fixing them, our roads become ass so quickly just because of how bad the weather up here is nasty. So it's I don't... Governor's not a job I would want. Glad I don't have it. Come on, chimeras. We're almost there. We got like 10 minutes left to stream. We gotta get to the end of this dungeon. Thank you for dying. The stream appreciates. Oh, I was gonna look. The coral. That's a huge yeah. Okay, cool. Sam says, so what I was reading, the hardest part of platinuming Chain of Memories is collecting every card. Most enemies have corresponding enemy card that is a low percentage drop rate. Oh, good lord. That sounds not fun at all. Yeah, so all of these doors are just like, haha, doors that lead to absolutely nothing. Except for the one that leads out where you need to go. Sam says, some nerd figured out the math, and apparently there's fairly consistent setup for RNG manipulation, so I just got to set up for the 13 or so I'm missing. I love that. Also hate it, but I love it for you. Like, that's great. That sounds not fun in the slightest. This is, I love seeing the weird stuff devs came up with to make games feel random. I do like that aspect of seeing beneath the hood. I remember trying to explain that to my kid one day of like, there's no such thing as random in games. Like, what do you mean? But there's no such, what do you mean, what do I mean? There's no, you can't program random. I mean, you kind of can, but you can't. And then my favorite stories is just like when they had something that was closer to being true random. When iPod Shuffle started, when they like it would shuffle through iTunes, and people hated it because it would play like 2 songs from the same artist in a row. And so they had to like break random so that it would be less random than true random. Because people would just like would not accept true random as random. It didn't feel random enough. It's interesting because it's like his now that he has that coral sword, he certainly is hitting for much harder, but you're missing out on the like. He's still not hitting super hard because that character, right? Who does not hit as hard as Vince does. And you're missing out on that curse damage that he's... Which, to be fair, he didn't really do. He would like hit something, it would be cursed. And then when someone else hit it, then take a lot more damage. And Bite switch him back weirdly enough to that ancient sword because that combo was a lot of fun. my god. We got the mask. We did it. Look at that. I'm not gonna do what I did last week, and I'm gonna do this first. Because that was the first like few minutes of stream this time. I was like, what happened? What is... It was very confusing. Okay. I didn't remember, like, everyone had these weird status effects, and I didn't remember who had what. Okay. Cool. We accomplished something. We got the mask. We're ready next week to go to the... I forgot that I had For the Love of God Kickstarter up, and that's what I clicked on accidentally. We're going to Mystia next week, which is big. You got to find your boat and go, and we're all ready to go. Done all the leveling up we need to do. So yeah, we're golden. Thanks so much for hanging out. Sam says, thankfully the RNG flushes each time you go to a title screen, so you can set up your encounter right to a save point, save reload, do specific rolls on the way. Nice. Yeah, I love it. Okay. But we did it. We got the mask. We're all ready for next week. Or we can just go to Mystia. We ran ads, so Jeff Bezos is happy. Are you happy, Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos is happy. We did all the things. We did it. Please check out our YouTube channel. I've been putting a lot of work into it. Like I said, I just got the PT section of my side up there, in which Selena was very terrified. That's all up, and it's pretty cool. Also, over on Whatnot, if you want to buy comic books from us, that's the easiest way to do it. Click through there. They'll give you $15 free even to buy from us. And then if you're not really into comics, if you're like, I like retro video games instead, you still click through there. It'll give you $15 free. You can spend it something else and Whatnot, and we still get a kickback. We have raid messages. They look like this. We will be on in the morning for more Dork Duck Daily, in which we'll run more advertisements and keep Jeff Bezos happy. I think. Will you ever be satisfied, Mr. Bezos? I don't think he's ever gonna be satisfied, but we'll do our best. Sneaky said I just subscribed on YouTube twice. Thank you. Appreciate it. That'll get us up to the 50 maybe. That's what we're aiming for. We're gonna go say hi to somebody else. Let's see who is on. Go say hello to. Go say hi to Lee. Lee and him. Go head over there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. See you in the morning for the morning show. Appreciate you all. Bye. Oh, there's still 10 seconds. Not bye yet. Oh, on both accounts. Okay, so we're still not at 50. Hi, bye. Hi, Mike.